Hello, YouTubers! Joe Kersey here at, well, it's on July 4th, Independence Day, 2017, and you're on the Island of Peace here with all the wonderful trees and things. It's not too windy today, and the traffic isn't too bad, so maybe the sound won't be horrible, so we'll give this a shot. It's very nice and pleasant. It's in the mid-80s. You know, it's great. You know, I mean, you can see how I'm dressed. You know, I mean, I wasn't gonna run around all that fully clothed today. You know, given how nice it is. Paul came over around. Well, he came over around 11:30. And he did a load of laundry, and meanwhile, of course, we sat and talked and so forth. He told me some hotel stories and this, that, and the other. He brought over some stuff he had gotten in the mail he didn't understand, so I sort of tried to interpret that for him. As I said a couple of days back, his iPhone problem seems to have solved itself. Okay. Nothing really earth-shattering there. Oh, thanks, guys. I found some. Actually found some wheat down here at the end of the driveway this morning. I thought I'd show it to you. Clearly in the mix of seed these guys sprayed out last fall to seed this place after they had it kind of torn up. There was some wheat in it. Two different varieties, two different varieties at least. You may not be able to hear me here in a minute, so I'm going to get you closer to me. Oops, okay. Now check this out. That's wheat. It's the tall variety before they brought in some of the shorter hybrids. But where was one of the shorter hybrids? Oh, there's a shorter hybrid right there. Looky there. Ah, come here. Where are you? There. There's the short hybrid. There you are. And over here, if you look real carefully, let's see if I can kind of get down there. Let's get in there. There's a bunch of wheat interspersed with stuff. Oh, gosh, I'm wobbling all over the place. Down here by this dirt that they've, you know, left. Well, they haven't seeded it yet, but I'll be able to see how, you know, what grows in there. And then I got looking, and what did I find? Well, of course, I always have the wonderful red clover right there. Can't have too much red clover. See, there's a little bumblebee type bee. They take good care of the red clover. We're not there. Well, oh, here we are. There's some wheat right there. Looky there. Okay, well. That's the farm boy in me coming out. Yeah, once you grow up on a farm, it never goes away from you. Nor do you want it to, if you're worth any damn thing. So all these guys that try to leave the farm, come on guys. You can't do that. You want to stay on the farm, or at least in your heart anyway. Okay. I think I'll go on the back porch here in a minute. Well, as promised, out here on the back porch, Paul actually came over specifically, well, he did his laundry, but he also had a specific question about if there was an easy way to get all of his contacts, which somehow got lost off of his phone, into his iPhone from his, contacts program on his lapbook, on his MacBook Pro. I don't know. I assume there's a way to do it. So later on this afternoon, basically just before I made this, I wanted to update my Grindr profile picture to something, how should we say, a little more interesting. And I've got one on my computer, but not on my phone. And I don't know how to use this fucking camera on this phone. I just don't even know how to do it. It's a pain in the ass. A couple of 3 times I've tried. So that's not going to happen. Plus the kind of perspective I wanted, I couldn't really get. But be that as it may, so I hooked it up with the USB cable. Of course, I looked on the internet to see, how to do it, and this, that, and the other, and hooked up with the USB cable. And they said you got to, activate AirDrop, even though it's going to come from the USB cable or some damn thing. Maybe I'm completely misunderstanding it. And I horsed around with that for about 20 minutes. And I thought, this is ridiculous. I'm not going to waste any more time on that. It's a Grindr profile picture. The one I have is very nice, but all I wanted was like a little something different. Well, okay, it's going to stay the same, I guess. Guess so. Well, that was my little experiment in computer management today, this afternoon. Meanwhile, I hope my Australian friend, my Antipodes friend, is having a good time in Chicago. Yeah. There had to be a lot of stuff going on up there today. I didn't hear from him yesterday, and I haven't heard from him today, and I doubt I will. The man's got better things to do than, go back and forth with me during his trip to the United States. So, still, you wonder about, people you care about. Now later this week, my son and his family are going out to St. Louis for a funeral, very briefly. It's like a flying visit. Out Thursday, back Friday. Carter's great-grandmother died. Kelly's dad's mother died. So they're going to have, I guess she died last Wednesday a week, well, getting on toward a week, almost a week ago. So, hope they have a safe trip, and I hope my Southern Hemisphere friend has a safe trip when he, gets on these motorcycles and goes heading out to Los Angeles. And I hope the helicopter ride over the Grand Canyon doesn't crash like so many of them do. Yeah, well, it's like, caveat emptor, let the buyer beware. But, he pays your money, he takes your chance. Every time you get on an aircraft, a commercial aircraft, where you're not flying it and controlling it, you're sort of taking your life in your hands anyway. getting on one of those cattle cars. I checked out airfares to Australia today. Oh, oops, the Antipodes today. They're surprisingly cheap. Now, of course, that means you're packed in, which means, of course, you'll have blood clots and they'll go right immediately into your lungs after you get off the plane, and then you'll die. But it's a cheap experience. It can be had for between $1,300 and $1,500 from Columbus, Ohio, down toward, well, the city near which you live. I hope he's having a good time. The remarks I made earlier about, you can grow up on the farm. You can't take the farm out of the boy even if he leaves the farm. Now this man's back at the farm. But, he was off doing a lot of stuff off the farm. I'm sure he still had that ethic all the time. Well, he still does, obviously. That's why we hit it off so instantaneously. Okay, I'll try to stop belaboring that point over time, or at least try to be more gracious about it. That doesn't mean I'm not going to stop thinking about it. Alrighty, bye-bye, YouTubers.